So, guys, behind the curtain, I had a whole bit. Mm-hmm. Ashley tried to plug her computer into a plug. It's not going to be funny this time.
Well, it wasn't funny the first time.
You're not funny at any time.
Oh, good one.
And you know what I did?
Got me.
I had a whole bit with rhymes.
You did.
It was good.
You can pull those rhymes out later, though, I bet. You'll find a place for them. No. No.
You remember the Fat Boys?
Vaguely. Anyway, guys,
Not me from 8th grade. Like the rap group, the Fat Boys.
Anyway, guys, Brandon did not enable. He wasn't recording me, and then he wasn't recording him. So we're doing it again.
That's
welcome.
An accurate synopsis of what happened. Guys, listen. I gotta add something because I'm clearly dragging us down.
Jazz it up.
I am the anvil around the ankle of whatever it is we're trying to accomplish right now. Guys, listen. I'm Brandon Birdwell, and I'm one half of the Cold Hands, Warm Hearts podcasting duo.
Hi, guys. I'm Ashley Engle. I'm the other half. Welcome to episode 113. It was unlucky the first time because 13's an unlucky number. Sorry.
Gosh.
Taylor.
And I'll tell you what,
Isn't
guys.
13 her thing?
Yeah.
Sorry, Swifties. You guys know.
And that plays in.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
The book of Taylor, Revelation 13. And the beast will have all the hits. She will have the jams.
Yeah.
And all of the girls will twirl.
With the bracelets.
And the bracelet.
And
just,
the 13.
And here we are just shouting on a soapbox in the town square about how Taylor Swift's bringing it all down swiftly. Listen, guys.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. Mm-hmm. I had a whole bit about how Ashley was being dumb. And it turns out...
The story of my life.
Turns out I was the dumb one. Mm-hmm.
And I feel vindicated. I feel vindicated, guys.
Dumb for once. The Brandon Birdwell story. But I had a whole rhyme about how I was feeling mirthy and how my mirth had grown to tremendous girth. And I had the girthiest mirth on all the earth on episode 113. That's added. That's new.
That's new.
That's refined. That's called road testing your material. Can we start over? I've got something else.
No.
I've got the girthiest mirth on all the earth.
Since my birth.
Since my birth, as Colin Firth. Guys, until I die and I pull off in a hearth. For what it's worth, guys.
Hi, guys. How's everybody doing this week?
Bad.
Really?
No, I'm good.
You've made that comment multiple times today. What's so bad for you today?
In jest.
Care to share?
In jest, there is truth.
Mm-hmm, I know. So
No,
what's
I'm
happening
good.
with you?
I'm good. I just feel like there's just a lot going.
Same.
Right? Like a lot going.
One thing to the next, to the next, to the next. I personally am coming from a delightful thing. I just had a lunch with a good friend, Caitlin. Hi, Caitlin.
That's cool.
Dear friend at Bethlehem Mediterranean Cuisine.
Cool.
It was delicious.
Did you get hummus?
We did.
Did you get olives?
My salad.
Did you get was it tahini? I don't know. That's in hummus.
I think there was some in the hummus. Yeah. They did the thing where they take the hummus. Excuse me if I'm pronouncing that incorrectly. And then they kind of dig the well in the center, and then they fill it with olive oil, and then the seasonings.
Sure.
And I think there was some maybe some garlic in there. Gosh, it was delicious.
I like a hummus.
Mm-hmm. This one was great. And then I had a gyro salad. My friend Caitlin had the lamb kebab. Listen,
it's classic.
You can probably
Caitlin.
smell my breath from over there.
That's
red onion.
Not just today.
Red onion.
Red onion is an overly assertive flavor.
Well, we've talked about that before. I tend to disagree. These were shaved. It was a very, very thin slice. So that was nice. Anyway, I could eat Mediterranean food for every meal for the rest of my life and not grow tired of it. I'm convinced.
I think I could get behind that.
Yeah. There's so many options. Everything is so light in comparison to
you can be light, or you could get real gross with it if you want to.
Sure, and you could lean in, depending on where you are in the Mediterranean, you could lean into some pasta, some cream-based sauces. But there's going to be some seafood, a lot of vegetables.
Yeah. And you're going to live to be 1,000.
I know.
I'm going to be
the blue zone.
You know what I want? I want to be an old man.
It's going to happen for you. I got good news.
With my shirt unbuttoned a little too far.
Okay. Also attainable.
Just enough burger meat on my very tan chest.
Okay. Yeah.
Gold medallion.
Sure.
Necklace. Crocs. Okay. Crocs.
All of these things are you can do them.
Crocs, khakis. This is just a trip to Ross Dress for Less is all this is.
Shorts or pants?
Depends on the season. Linen. Draped in linen.
Linen.
I want to walk into a place and I want to have everybody yell my name. Stavros. What I'm saying is I want to be
an old Greek man. Would you live in Edmond or would you live in Greece?
I mean, it's more of a novelty in Edmond.
Sure.
People get more excited to see a Stavros in Edmond than they do in Greece.
They do.
Stavroses are John Smiths out there.
They are.
Yeah.
Apologies to our Greek listeners.
It's all Greek to me. Here's another Stavros. I got Stavros for days. But you know what? That guy's got it figured out.
He does.
Do you know what a Stavros is?
I'd like to retire in Greece. I've never been there, but I guarantee you.
But I want to retire there.
Because I like their food.
I just want to retire and watch Greece. At this point, I don't need a lot.
Grease lightning.
I would sit, watch Zuko.
And pals.
Pitch woo at Sandy.
And eat hummus, and my life would be complete in my khakis.
I would take a daily hickey from Kaniki in my khakis. It's like a Hallmark card.
Sorry, guys.
I'm not.
Listen.
Kaniki?
Listen.
Why is everyone that goes to Rydell High 37 years old?
Great question. I would say upwards of 40.
Dude, pushing it. Pushing it. I'll tell you who's not on the Blue Zone diet. The T-Birds and the Pink Ladies. Stavros is over here aging like Benjamin Button. Meanwhile, Zuko looks like he's in the AARP. But I'll tell you what never aged. Those hips.
Never. Still, he's still got it.
Still burning up the quarter mile. I'll tell you this about Zuko.
Yeah.
Probably didn't have much of a future after leaving Rydell. I think this is where we peaked. And I'll tell you what. Here's the thing about Zuko.
Who among them did?
Here's the thing. Sandy. Because Sandy.
She dropped out of beauty school.
Sandy got wise and was like, Zuko's not. His last trick. Flying off in a car.
Yeah.
Where does that apply in the movie?
It's a metaphor. We talked about this.
It's a metaphor for one last push.
Yeah.
And then it's over.
Yeah. And then you got to come crashing down to earth, kids.
Oh.
I know. Sandy wasted her potential on Zuko.
Don't we think that Sandy is slumming it with Zooks? Here she is.
She could have been a secretary sometime.
She could have been over
in the
here
50s.
with Crater Face riding in his car, shooting flames out the back. She could have been with that athlete.
She could have been with Don Draper. That's where she would have ended up, at the Mad Men. The Mad Men.
Equally problematic.
Yes.
Just a different type of problematic.
It was a different time, guys.
Here's the thing.
This was the highest heights she could achieve.
Literally and figuratively. Did you see how high that car went? Higher than the Ferris wheel even. Listen, guys, here's the thing. She could have been with that athlete. Yeah, he was dumb.
He was.
But he's doing something.
Daddy's gonna get him to Harvard.
Oh, yeah.
You know?
Right. He's one of the Winklevoss twins.
Yes.
Or he's like a really successful insurance salesman, or like he's
going to take over the family business.
Right. Maybe dad owns a
Yeah.
Something. But I'll tell you who's not.
Well,
Daniel Zuko.
And we never really saw any of their parents, so we don't know. They could have not even had them. I don't know.
No rule.
Oversight.
I'll tell you why we didn't see any of their parents. Because they were in a nursing home. Because everyone at Rydell High was 100 years old.
It's true. It's so true.
I'll tell you what, when Cha-Cha Magoo came in.
She had 3 teenagers at home.
Cha-Cha
is what I'm saying.
Had lived 3 lives.
She really had.
Cha-Cha.
She had the moves, though.
Cha-Cha knew her way around a Waffle House.
De Gregorio.
Is that her name? De Gregorio.
Pretty sure her last name was De Gregorio.
Dude, I'll tell you what.
Spent a lot of time on this, Brandon.
Here's the other thing
Okay.
about Zuko. Can we talk? Can we talk about Daniel Zuko?
We're doing it.
He's at the dance. Sandy
Yeah.
is here from
Australia.
across the world. Pure chance that they wound up together. Cha-Cha sidles up.
Yeah.
He decides to do the guns dance.
With her.
Leave Sandy.
I know.
Who does that? Who doesn't just stop in the middle of the song and say, you know what, Cha-Cha? Back to Waffle
Pull
House
your
with you.
jets.
Cha-cha on out of here. Cha-cha real smooth. Boom, ticka, doom, da, doom, ga. Get back to the Waffle House for your scattered, smothered, and covered. I'm over here with Sandy. I'm here with this little Vegemite. You know? I'll do the guns dance with her. I'll do the guns dance with Sandy all the way up until she realizes I'm a dead end. And then I'll find you at the house. Then I'll find you at the Waffle House, Cha-cha. Because we're Waffle House people.
Listen. And so many movies are so problematic.
Short-sighted.
See, watching them as an adult, you look back and you're like, this wasn't okay. I've talked about The Parent Trap. What a horrific plot line.
Hey, Juliet, you don't even know this guy.
Yeah.
You're a teen.
We watched it last night.
It's good.
Romeo and Juliet.
Which one? The Leo DiCaprio one?
Yes, last night.
The one where they...
Literally. I was going to talk about it later.
Where they took a real big swing and decided to replace the swords with guns.
Daggers. You look at the brand name, it's a dagger.
It says it. The soundtrack for that movie was great.
So good.
Great soundtrack.
Soundtrack to my high school.
Back when soundtracks meant something.
I know.
Right? Didn't they? They used to mean something. Reality Bites.
And another thing.
Reality Bites. Batman Forever. Singles. Romeo and Juliet.
Yeah. Yeah.
Fear.
Notting Hill.
Okay.
Hope Floats.
No clean clothes. Combination of factors, really. Yeah, anyway, so I want to
We've spent
retire.
a long time on this, guys.
I want to retire in Greece. Here's the thing, guys. So here's the thing. I think that if I get to be a Stavros, that's all I need. So could we expedite this process?
I also see myself retiring in linen in a sunny Mediterranean village.
Oh,
I see myself walking everywhere in a comfortable shoe, a sensible sandal,
yeah.
tote bags that I schlep to and from the market each day to buy fresh produce.
Sure.
I see myself letting my hair grow very long,
Yeah.
gray all the way.
Yeah.
I braid it loosely.
Yeah. Beads. I don't know.
Yeah, I'll have some beads.
Are there beads? Could we get beads?
A shawl for the chilly nights.
Oh, just in case. Just in case there's a chill. You know what I'm saying? When I'm out eating my olives and my olive oil soaked breads. Oh, there's a nip. Just a quick nip. Right? Can I throw something around these shoulders?
Yeah.
Guys,
Shawl.
no makeup. Because I don't care.
Not a stitch.
Not for Stavros. Guys, when Stavi comes in, it's olives. It's hummus. It's what else? Fish.
Fish.
I want you to...
Figs.
Oh, figs and fish
In abundance.
in abbondanza.
Listen.
That's Italian.
Do we think...
Will you debone a bronzino tableside for me while I wrap my shawl? Because guys...
Boom. There's retirement. Do we think Lindsay...
Tell me more, tell me more.
Do we think Lindsay and Jeff would be down for this life? Could we purchase apartments, adjoining apartments with matching balconies in a Greek village for retirement?
Like financially?
Or just like logistically, is this possible?
I mean, guys,
would the kids come to visit?
this is a good
We
time.
could have a real Mamma Mia
This is a good time
situation out
for
there.
us to talk about our Patreon. Guys, we're trying to move to Greece. Also,
Like next year.
we're trying to watch Greece. Guys, streaming services are expensive.
Listen.
I
like this plan. And you know what? We are married. We have spouses. We have children. They should probably factor into the decision.
can come if they want.
But I think Mom and Dad would come out to Greece to visit. I think Deb and Dave would. I think Nelson, Donna. I think Malia. I think we'd be like a landing pad for everybody.
Greece.
A gathering place. Have we been to Greece? No.
The Grecian gathering place.
Let's do it.
Here we go.
Here we go.
Guys,
Let's do it. Okay, man, that was an intro.
You're welcome. You said, hey, Brandon, do you have anything to talk about today? And I said, do I ever?
My retirement plan.
Right L high.
Okay, I shared with you that today what I've been up to is that I went to a delightful Mediterranean meal with my friend Caitlin. That's how we got started on this whole thing.
Yeah.
What have you been up to today?
Watched Grease.
Just today.
Just watched it this morning. No, I've been doing work things all morning, and then I had a lunch with some fellows at a new restaurant
Yeah.
called Tequila Chulos.
Was it
Greek.
Indian?
It was Greek. It was Greek and confused.
Yeah.
As confused as a Zuko. Guys, it was good. It was their first day open.
Oh, wow.
And this guy must have had the inside track because he was like, first day open, we're getting in.
Wow.
And I showed up and there was a reservation and everything.
Was
I'm a
it running
Southwest
smoothly?
Airlines person. I don't do reservations. I show up cattle call style. And if there's a spot for me, that's where I go.
Yeah.
But no,
Was it running smoothly? Because
it was not.
having been a restaurateur yourself, those first few days, man,
They're
a
awful.
lot of kinks to work out.
It's pretty awful. It's very awful. And never again. But no, when I showed up, here's the only reason I know it wasn't running smoothly is because one of the owners was at the front and I could tell he had that first day face.
He had the eyes.
He had the eyes.
Get me out of here.
1,000-yard stare that only people who have been in great wars and run restaurants can have.
That feels extreme, but continue.
I only speak in extremes, okay?
Okay.
I only listen to extreme.
Right.
And this is more than words. This
Well,
is
then you're
this is
living in the
truth.
right time in history because, listen, we'll get to it. But
Can we talk about the joke I just made that you glossed over?
Sorry.
I only listen to extreme, and this is more than words.
Oh, it's a music joke, guys.
That landed.
Say
Call that joke Neil Armstrong, because it just landed. Want to hear from you. Everybody with an acoustic guitar. 2, 3, 4. Anyway, here's Wonderwall. So he was at the front checking people in. And I heard him explaining to people, I'm so sorry. Yesterday was our soft opening. Today we're actually officially open, but we had like over half our staff just no call, no show.
Oh,
and so
come on, people.
He was in the trenches, and hats off to him. I salute him because he was in there doing the big work, and I felt bad for him. I will say this: the food, delicious,
Delightful.
delicious.
Give him a go, guys. What's the name of it again?
Give him a go. Tequila Chulos, Greek Indian restaurant.
No. Tell them what it is for reals.
It's Tequila Chulos, and it is like upscale Mexican cuisine.
Lovely.
It was delicious.
I'm going to go.
I think it's going to do okay. The quality was great. The building, like the build out was really nice. So wishing them all the best.
Yeah. Guys, just hang on. This too shall pass.
One way or the other.
I have said that phrase to several people today. I've texted it to some people. I've said it to myself.
I said it to my stomach after I ate a bad curry.
That's a great phrase.
This toot shall pass.
Listen. Okay, what have you been up to this whole week and weekend? What you been doing?
This whole week.
Anything in particular that you want us to know?
No, I don't ever really need you to know anything about me.
Okay.
I did a lot of, I'll tell you what I did do. There's a video game.
Oh, wow. Sounds great already.
Wait.
Okay.
It's a fun video game.
Okay.
I played it when I was in high school.
Okay.
And I loved it.
What was it?
I can practically smell the Noxzema when I play this game. Just sitting here in a retinol or a what's it called?
Salicylic acid.
In an Accutane fever dream. Sitting here eating a snack tray that mom made.
What game is it?
It's called Metal Gear Solid.
Oh yeah, I remember you playing that game.
And
It's a military game.
that's what they classify it as.
Right.
I can't wait to play this military game.
No, but that's what it is, right?
It's an espionage and stealth game,
Okay.
to use the parlance.
Thank you.
But Ben and I were talking about it, and I always talk about it. And the other night we watched what? The other night we watched a walkthrough of it. Because,
Sure.
cool guy things.
Like on YouTube's.
Yeah. Yeah. And so we watched it, and I got real excited.
Yeah, you got it.
As I am wont to do.
Yeah.
And then we said, let's do it.
So what'd you do?
We did it.
How'd you get it?
We downloaded it on the Nintendo Switch,
Okay.
and I've been playing it.
Ever since.
I've been sneaking around. I've been
Ben
collecting
can't find his Nintendo
rations.
Switch.
I'm stuck on a sniper battle right now because I have to buy some medication to steady my hands. That's how detailed this game is. If you steady your hands, you can smoke a cigarette and it kind of steadies your hands, but you got to find diazepam because it slows your breathing and it makes it to where you can snipe.
Does Ben enjoy this game, or is it just you?
I didn't
Have
ask.
you stolen the Switch?
I didn't ask.
I haven't seen him in days.
Where he's been in the pantry. No, he loves it. He likes, one of the things he likes to do is like watch walkthroughs
Right.
and stuff on YouTube. And so he's treating it like a walkthrough. He made a little bound book and he's writing all the things we discover in them so we can go back and reference them. It's kind of like having a really high level navigator.
Yeah. Benny does enjoy stuff like that. Guys, he's very into coding. There could be a future in this for him.
Oh, I've already got him a job lined up.
Do you?
Yeah.
Okay. Just
Yeah.
as long as he knows we're retiring in Greece.
He's the reason we're retiring in Greece. I got him a job at Apple Corporate. It's done.
We're done.
I called in some favors.
Yeah. Hello, this is Stavros Birdwell.
Stavros. Hello, Apple.
So that's all you've been doing this week?
I feel like my Stavros is just going to sound like me trying to do Gru. Is all it's going to be. Stavros. No, it's not a good Gru. It's not a good Gru. It's not.
That's all you've been doing this week?
That's plenty.
Is it?
Can you imagine?
No. Trying to hold down a job and a family while I've got Metal Gear Solid.
Well,
My hands aren't even steady. I'm on diazepam.
You get it.
No, I don't.
Well,
I'm not a gamer, guys. Never have been. I don't enjoy video games, personally. I did sit and watch you for hours, though, growing up.
Very cool.
And I did not treat it like a walkthrough. And I didn't. The only game
You could have been anywhere else.
yeah, but I wanted to be near you. It'll be just like retirement. You can play Sonic the Hedgehog.
No, go on.
And I'll
Go on.
watch it and eat my hummus.
Gosh, just move to Greece. Stay indoors all day. Play Sonic the Hedgehog in a dark room. Can't do that stateside.
Lindsay and Jeff will be out touring the Parthenon.
People are just out doing it. I'm in here collecting rings and chaos emeralds. Dr. Eggman's going to take over and kill all the woodland creatures. I better stop him with my fast little hedgehog.
Listen.
But seriously, that's all I want.
I get it. I get it. So nothing else you want to share?
I
That's
don't
it?
think I do have anything else.
You do.
I really don't. I've been playing Metal Gear Solid. I'm not joking.
You'll think of things. You've been working. You've been playing music. You've been doing things.
Okay.
Well, guys,
That's it. Thanks for listening to Cold.
it's the beginning of August, so we're starting to get the back to school rhythms. Like Lindsay was just telling me about her start to school. She's been doing trainings. She's starting work at a new school. We're all very excited for her.
Sure.
And we're getting all the back to school emails. Yesterday, Harrison went up and walked his shedge. He's going to be a sophomore. I got his parking pass, guys, because I got a driver now. We talked about that last week.
Yeah.
So that's happening. We're checking out football equipment. And this is so gross. They do not wash the football gear.
No, it's funk.
They don't.
It's Funky Town.
And it has been worn for multiple seasons
It's see-through.
by middle school boys.
Listen.
I am not looking forward to that.
Well, it's where you live now.
That's Thursday.
It's where you live now.
I know. And last football season, Asher's gear got so funky.
How funky was it?
I had to, whenever I would bring him home from practice, I would just take all of his gear out of the car and let it air out.
And burn it.
No, every time. He got so many football pads, you guys.
Practically broke the bank.
It did. There goes my retirement in Greece.
Just burned it on his grease.
Yeah. But so yeah, I'm not looking forward to that, but that's Thursday. Because the helmets are foam lined. It's just a sponge
Yeah.
for the sweat.
Funk sponge.
And that's why people are on Accutane.
I'll tell you this right now.
Because that's on your forehead.
You could track
all season.
You could track my acne based on what
You could track me.
You could track me. You could track my acne based on what sport season it was.
Yeah.
Because when I was playing catcher, there was a very specific pattern of where my thing went.
On the face mask.
It was like a red hobo beard. And then in football season, you have a very distinct chin strap situation.
Yeah.
Here I am.
And a forehead as well.
I'm just trying to function.
I'm just trying to hit people.
You might as well have just dunked my face in a deep fryer every single day for 2.5 hours.
Bless.
Thank you.
That was a time.
As an athletic male in the late 90s, early 2000s.
Yeah.
The struggle
was real.
It's very real.
I know.
Hey, ladies.
I didn't have to wear.
I did a touchdown yesterday, but my face looks filthy and disgusting, and I can't fix it, and I can't grow thick enough facial hair to cover it up yet. So really, what I've got is just it looks like a patchy, aerated field that's just you put the wrong fertilizer in.
Guys, Brandon
Scorched earth.
Was very handsome.
Still is. Still is.
Guys, Brandon is very handsome.
Thank you.
And listen.
I read somewhere that
Ryan,
Ryan Reynolds. Mm-hmm.
Did he take Accutane?
Have you seen his face under that Deadpool mask? Mm-mm. It's worse than my acne was. And
that's not true. That's not.
Yes, it. Do you know what's going on under Deadpool's mask?
Oh, no.
It's atrocious.
Okay. Well, you know what?
Go ahead.
We all walked through those struggles.
Thank you. That's good.
I will say that my skin struggles, strangely enough, I mean, I had some in the teen years, but most of mine came during pregnancy. It was a wild time. And I remember going into my doctor and her being like, yeah, well, that's just the thing you're going to have to deal with till this is over. And I was like, okay.
Not only does everything else suck, right. Not only do you feel horribly uncomfortable all the time, can't sleep.
Right.
Can't figure it out.
Also, it looks like you're 13 again in the face.
You look really gross. Lady.
It wasn't that bad, but it wasn't that great either.
Sure.
So
2024.
2024. Okay. So we've been doing all of those things with the back to school, the back to sports, all the things. I had the month of July off of preaching. So now I'm back to that.
Cool.
And that's kind of an added list of things that I've got going on, which has been good. I will say one highlight of this week, and I've mentioned this several episodes back, but our church community was put in touch with a family. And again, I won't share too much, but they're from another country. They're here.
Greece.
No, they're here as refugees. And this week, the community has really been rallying to help them with some needs that they have. And it has been so encouraging. It has been just what my heart has needed after some really wild weeks in the USA, politically and all of those things. And I will just say, like, a theme that keeps getting repeated in my mind and in my heart when I feel overwhelmed by the state of things as they are now is start small. Like, start small in your immediate circles. We talked about that a couple weeks ago, but it really has come to bear this week. And I see it. And so I just encourage everybody else to do that too. If you're feeling overwhelmed, start locally, and you're gonna see goodness, and you're gonna feel better about things.
I'm out here.
Okay.
Stopping international terrorists.
Are you?
On Metal Gear Solid.
Got it. In your imaginary world.
Yeah. I'm acting globally.
Oh. Keep your local.
And you're welcome.
Okay, one other thing I did this week, you didn't say anything about it, but I got my hair done. It looks the same to you, doesn't it?
It looks good. No, I was just thinking.
I only get it done a couple times each year, but I got some highlights put in.
Looks good.
So that was kind of a boost as well.
That's my highlight. of the week.
I'm sure. That's my warm heart is your highlights. Anyway, so that was another thing I had going on. One sweet thing I want to mention that my friend Jenny, who is a listener of the podcast. Hi, Jenny.
We're sorry, Jenny.
We're sorry, Jenny.
She's a listener. We're sorry.
Jenny, as you all know from a few episodes ago, created La Pronda, who was a crocheted shrimp.
Still is.
She is a fantastic master of the fiber arts. And Hope, you guys know my daughter, my 11-year-old daughter, is very crafty. And she and some of her pals...
That's why I don't trust her.
Right.
She's too crafty.
They love to do art projects and crafts and stuff. So my sweet friend Jenny offered to have Hope and her friends over the other day and do a knitting workshop of sorts.
Guess my invite was lost in the mail.
Well, I didn't know you were
I guess
interested
my
in it.
invitation got lost in the mail, Jenny.
Jenny. But so she had them over. And so just now on the way over here, Hope was in the back seat and I just heard like click, 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 little knitting needles in the back seat.
Me, Mom.
I don't know what she's making. I think a scarf.
I know what she's making.
What?
My little shawl for Greece.
Oh, we need her to just start them now.
I'm so cold.
It's going to take a while.
Hope.
We got broad
The
shoulders.
breeze coming off the Adriatic.
It's going to take a while.
Is it the Adriatic? Is that right?
It's over there.
It felt good. It felt good to say.
Well, the Mediterranean is there as well.
Hope it's cold.
It's cold, Hope. So that was a sweet thing that happened this week too. Also concerning Hope, her birthday was earlier in the month, but we were just getting around to having her birthday sleepover with school friends.
Yeah.
So let me just tell you, this was the most epic sleepover.
I'll be the judge of that.
Here's what happened.
I guess my invite got lost in the mail.
Well, it was all 11-year-old girls, Brandon. 10 and 11-year-old girls.
I'm a blast at sleepovers.
Oh, I don't doubt it.
I be putting people's hands in water so they pee.
I be tree
jumping.
I be prank calling.
I'd be like prank call. I'll call in a pizza shuttle pizza and tell them I have a coupon that I lost when they got there and I get a free pizza. Guys, I be egging. I be TPing. I be filling a red diamond jug with pee and then leaning it against a neighbor's door.
Ew. Oh, that's awful.
I'm a blast at sleepovers.
Well, okay, so they started out by swimming
Go ahead.
for several hours till it was, getting dark because an evening night swim is great.
Dusk.
And at that, there was a meal that she designed with Chick-fil-A nugs, berries, berry salad. These are all her favorite things.
Got it.
And then
This is some sleepover business right here.
Right.
Berries. Calm down, Hope.
settle down.
Crochet something.
All right. And then a chocolate cake that Mom made because she loves to make the kids' birthday cakes. Then we go back to our house. We have crafts. We have crafting. Mm-hmm. We have karaoke with flashing lights and all the things. Mm-hmm. We have movies. We watched The Princess Diary. Is it a trilogy? I don't know. Then we did some spa stuff, some masks.
I think you're right. I didn't need to be invited to this party.
Some hair chalking. And then in the morning we had donuts.
Yeah, no.
Not a lot of sleep. Not a lot of sleep happening.
How could you?
So then I turned
How
right
could you
around
with all the berries?
and crafts.
Berries and crafts?
Settle down,
And
girls.
karaoke?
So then the next night I thought, I'm not tired enough. Why don't I go and sponsor a youth group lock-in? So that's what I did.
Real glad my invitation got lost in the mail on that one.
I haven't slept in 1 month's time.
It's a lot.
Between camp, between life, between all of these kid events, I am barely sitting here right now.
You should sleep. You might should do that.
I'm trying. But 2 fun things that we did at the lock-in. This was grades 6th through 12th, right? We had a range.
I'll be the judge of that.
We had a scavenger hunt, which is always fun, in the dark. And this is, back in our day, we didn't have phones to take pictures, but the kids would take pictures of the thing that they found, and then we would show them to prove that we had done it. Then we played sardines.
Sardines is fun.
Do you remember sardines?
Yes.
We played it in the dark.
They're actually a really big part of the Mediterranean diet.
Oh, okay.
Sardines.
Great. But we turned out all the lights in the whole building and played sardines for hours and hours and hours. And it reminded me of lock-ins when we were kids. at the First United Methodist Church in Stillwater, America, where I was involved with the youth group there for a while. Mm-hmm. One night at a lock-in, we were exploring the church building.
Sure.
We weren't even supposed to be in there because the youth building was entirely separate.
Sure.
I'm not going to say who was in charge of us at this time. The statute of limitations, we should still be fine. But anyway,
Sure.
We found the wheelchairs.
Oh, yeah.
The church had several wheelchairs. Also in the building were some pretty steep ramps.
Sure. What are you going to do?
Exactly.
1 + 1 = rolling down the hill on the wheelchair.
We did break a wheelchair.
Sure.
Pretty badly.
That's fine.
And it's a wonder that no one broke any bones.
Well, if they did, you got a wheelchair.
Right?
You're all
We
set.
were all set. But man, the wheelchair races that night.
Oh, the wheelchair races we had.
Epic.
Can
Epic. And that was not responsible. But that was a fun thing.
Can I tell you something, life hack that you did not take advantage of? Mm-mm. If you're playing sardines for hours in the dark, you could have found a cozy little corner and just taken a nap. You could have been sleeping while the kids were entertaining themselves. It's like what I did when we were supposed to be pomping in college. Is I found a big...
Wow, statute of limitations on that.
I'm 60 years old.
You could have your
not...
pin pulled.
Oh, no.
Your fraternity brothers.
What are they going to do without all my dues? I found a big roll of like pomp stuff and chicken wire.
Tissue paper.
18, 19-year-old Brandon did not have a problem falling asleep inside a roll of chicken wire.
Man.
Curled up.
I wish I could do that today.
Amidst the pomps. I didn't care what circumstances were. Pomp and I got in there and I took like a 2-hour nap while everyone was pomping.
And
I
no
woke
one
up to the
knew?
sound of people going, "Where's Brandon?"
Were your feet sticking out of the roll? Did it scratch your skin?
I don't know if you know this about me. Espionage and stealth.
Right.
Highly trained in it.
Full
And so no, I was able to hide.
metal jacket or whatever you're
Go
doing.
ahead.
What
That's
are you
good.
playing?
No, Metal Gear Solid, but I liked that. That was good.
That's a movie.
It's a movie by Stanley Kubrick.
So here's the thing I'm not understanding. Chicken wire is very scratchy. I had so many wounds on my hands from pomping.
But you were actually doing the pomping.
But if you put your whole body inside a roll of chicken wire, weren't there loose wires poking through your clothes?
You'd be surprised.
Did you snag your sweater?
I was not wearing a sweater. Mm-hmm. The key is fully nude.
And that was the real issue, guys.
That's
Not
why
that he
I couldn't
wasn't
come
pulling
out.
his weight.
I couldn't come out till they were done pomping.
There were ladies present.
Brandon, it's not enough that you dipped out on pomping. No, you'd be surprised when you actually nestle into the chicky wire when you're exhausted from being a pledge. Mm-hmm. You can pretty much sleep anywhere.
Guys, pumping, for those of you who aren't familiar with this,
Is
Oklahoma
the biggest
State,
waste of resources in the history of the
but it
environment.
creates something really fabulous.
The scourge of
Guys,
the environment.
Oklahoma State University, where we both attended college, has one of the largest homecoming celebrations in the United States. The largest, they say.
Don't shortchange it.
Okay. But the fraternities and sororities and dorms and other student organizations build these decorations all over campus that are created with chicken wire and tissue paper. And you roll up the tissue paper with your finger or a pencil now, micro pumping. They're doing that these days. And you poke it in there. Now, in our day, micro pumping wasn't really a thing.
There was a part. As first parts of it, it was.
It was the advent of we were there for the advent.
The dawn of
But
a
I'll
new
tell you,
era.
at the end of homecoming, my fingers were just bloody.
Mine were fine. Mine were largely fine. And here's the thing. Here's the beauty. Here was my move. I'm not, guys, all of you will be surprised to learn this. I'm not the handiest individual when it comes to doing manly things, welding.
And that was a thing that we had to do.
And they would divide it up into the two different groups. They'd be like, all right,
who's handy?
where are all our men? You guys are welding. Mm-hmm. Birdwell, go with the gals.
Stavros, you're pumping.
Stavros, you're pumping. And you're not micro pumping because you got Stavros sausage fingers. You're doing the big pumping. Mm-hmm. And so I I said, oh, guys, I'm so sorry. I wish I was more handy and I would help with the welding. But anyway, I'll be in here with the gals. And so my palms, my joints, great. No pain from heavy lifting. No eye injuries from looking at the arc whilst welding.
Also, are we being responsible when we
No.
allow
Bunch of children to
18-year-old
weld?
boys to weld with no training?
That's
not okay.
Here is a torch.
Yeah.
Hot enough to melt your face off.
Yeah.
Bright enough to make you go blind. And the way that they got people to not look at it is they just are these hand scrawled signs that said
Spray painted.
don't look at the arc.
And of course, what did we do?
ARC.
Looked at it.
ARC. And here's my favorite.
I looked at it multiple times.
One thing I will say.
I was pretty wild in college.
We were pretty wild back in Erie, Penn. The house next to us, the Beta house, they never did a house deck.
No.
But every year they would make a hand painted sign that just said, don't look at the arc, ARK, and it just had a picture of a boat on it.
But their sign said, keep off the lawn.
Well,
Also at homecoming. They just,
bunch of peepaws.
well, not anymore. They're back on campus. Anyway, guys, it was a time. It was a real time.
Covered that too.
And
covered Greece. Covered Greece. Covered the college.
I know. Okay. So I'm exhausted, is what I'm saying. I think that might be my last lock-in. I was wondering about lock-ins too, and there's a lot of liability. Why couldn't we just start it earlier and do all the fun lock-in things and then have the parents pick up by 10:30? We're at home in our own beds.
Because once parents drop them, come 10:30, we're done. We're not leaving the house.
I
I'm
get that.
sleepy.
And I get it.
No.
What about 10?
What if you guys do a bus service and bus them all home? Would that be favorable to doing the full lock-in?
I mean, it would for me.
Here's a question.
I'm going to look into that.
This
We don't
is-
have a bus, though.
There's liability there too.
Yeah, we don't have a bus.
Do you know where a lock-in is so much better? Skating rink.
Yeah.
Skating rink.
Can't play
lock-in.
sardines in there, though. No hiding places.
But I'm not trying to play sardines. I'm trying to play dice game. I'm trying to try hillbilly foot race. I'm trying to do backwards skate. I'm trying to do shuffle skate.
Yeah.
I'm trying to play the ski ball. I'm trying to play the air hockey.
That is a good place to
That's
do a
the
lock-in.
best lock-in.
Just a big open room.
And if you put me on,
But if you're trying to sleep at all, that's
you don't
not good.
you don't go to Disneyland in Stillwater, Oklahoma in 1996 to sleep.
It's true.
You go to shred. Give me my whistle. Skirt. Here he comes. Guys, if you put me on roller skates right now, I would skate the whole lock-in all the live long day. But if you put me on skates now, one pass through living on a prayer, and I need like 30. I need a suicide from the fountain drink, and I need a quick.
I need refreshment.
I need a
stat.
I need a Baby Ruth, a suicide,
and a big dill pickle.
and a big dill pickle, and I need a Papa Squad.
Yeah.
These quads might even come off.
Yeah.
I might be the sock boy for the next half hour.
Speaking of, have you been watching more of the Olympics? It's a good
Yeah,
segue.
I caught air hockey on it yesterday. Yeah, we did all the gymnastics. I've caught like bits and pieces of the track and fields. Definitely have seen swimming.
Yes. That Katie Ledecky,
She's quite
otherworldly.
the swimmer.
I don't know if you know this.
Spicy take.
What?
Catherine Ledecky, pretty good
Swimmer.
at swimmer. Guys,
Yes.
she holds like every female record fastest time for
Ever.
her sport ever.
And she is so much farther ahead of people. It's insane.
You've been ledecked. That's what she screams every time. But you can't hear her because it's like.
She's amazing.
She's pretty great.
And from what I understand, a very disciplined person.
Yeah,
In
you would-
her life.
You feel like you would have to be.
Right.
To operate at that level of excellence
It's true.
in the water,
She's amazing.
you're either disciplined or use a dolphin. It's one or the other.
One or the other. Or a hybrid.
Le dolphin.
So have you watched any events that like you were surprised that you got sucked into? Any that you started watching and you were like, this isn't for me?
No, just because the way that we've hit the scheduling has always been like we have the Peacock,
Yeah, us too.
and so
Do you
we
do
always
this-
catch
the highlights.
we catch the prime time.
Okay.
We tune in at the prime time, and So no, not really. Mom said that she got real into ladies rugby.
Yeah. Well, that Ilona Mar, is that her name? Ilona Mar?
I just told you that I haven't seen it.
Okay, sorry. Well, she has been quite the ambassador for her sport, and people love her.
Is she
For good reason.
What country is she from?
U.S.
Oh, A?
Yeah. I'm pretty sure. You're making me feel.
Oh, I don't know enough.
Doubt myself.
I don't know enough to make you doubt yourself.
I haven't
Don't
watched
allow
any
to
of
happen.
it, but people love her.
Do you know who's? Oh, no, I do. The Katie Ledecky is a really good rugby player.
So the other day, Hope and I got sucked into surfing.
Yeah, Tahiti.
Tahiti. Beautiful.
Mainly for the Colin Jost of it all.
Okay, listen.
What?
His whole thing with his coral cut on his foot that got infected.
Listen.
And then his horrific ear infection. They just got him propped up out there. I mean, these are the stories that I'm loving with the Olympics, not his suffering.
No. I'm
loving Snoop and Martha.
$500,000 a day.
To do that?
They're paying Snoop Dogg.
I want it.
I read that on that's Greece money.
That's Greece money right there.
I can go to France and walk around to French people and go, "Fashizzle." Like I can do that.
We can do it. It wouldn't hold the same weight.
Welcome to Parizzle for the Elizzles.
Watching
Katie Ledizzle.
him and Martha talk about the equestrian events.
I love that they're friends.
It's great.
I also love that between the two of them, only one of them has done like hard time. And it's not Snoop Dogg.
And if you had told us that in the 90s.
Wasn't on my bingo card.
No. And I just love that he's like a grandpa now. And he is like, I genuinely enjoy him. I genuinely enjoyed him in the 90s as well. But here we go.
Yeah, back when he was like scary and people were getting grounded for buying his record. Yeah. And now moms are just like, look at Snoopy.
Let's just pinch his face.
Put it on the swimming. Ledecky's in the water. Snoopy's on the microphone.
And Martha.
Shh, everyone quiet. Snoopy Dogg is talking.
It's so great. I love it. I love it. And then Mom was talking to me about Flava Flav, and
he like funded a whole team, didn't he?
Yes.
Like he sponsored a team.
It was water polo, I think.
He's done it for a while now. I think it's like not a recent development.
I love it.
I love that he has not only done it and done it quietly, like no one knows, but he picked a pretty seemingly thankless sport too. Like Flav's not doing it for the shine. He's doing it for the love of the game.
Of water polo.
Flavor Flav, from the most revolutionary, socially conscious hip hop act of all time, Public Enemy.
Yes.
Has sponsored the women's water polo
Sponsor
team.
us, Flava Flav.
We can't get sponsored. Women's water polo sure can. What are we doing wrong? Should we get hats? Should we get little hats and goggles?
Should we tread water?
Should we tread water the whole
hours?
podcast? Oh, God.
Because I'm out.
What's your warm heart? Not dying today.
Because I'm not doing that.
I love that.
Bye.
I love that he did that.
I know.
Remember the Grateful Dead years ago in 1992, I think, sponsored the Lithuanian men's basketball team.
No.
I remember that fact.
That's wonderful.
Anyway.
The Olympics are really giving people
A distraction.
Yeah. And a lot of heartwarming stories.
The left hand doesn't know what the right hand's doing right now because the Olympics are just because we got Snoop D-O-double-G over here.
That's right. It's what we all needed. And I will say there was all of the discussion about the opening ceremonies and people were offended and thinking that the thing was the Last Supper and all the thing. Here's what I will say.
Go ahead.
I'm not going to get controversial.
Are you not? Or you're not going to go political with it?
But as someone
Go
who
ahead.
I have a foot in both of these worlds, right? I have a master's in art history.
I'm
I
an
have a
incredible
master's
water polo
in
player.
biblical studies. No, but I'm just saying, like, I was genuinely shocked, and I remain to be shocked by the outrage there. I really am struggling to understand it. And then I
Oh,
take
you're talking
a step
about the
back.
opening ceremonies.
The opening ceremonies and just the outrage and the feeling like, people are picking on Christianity and all these things. And I And then I take a step back and I think, okay, my life experience is such that I have experience in both these worlds. I did not see a problem with it, but I understand, perception is reality for a lot of people.
Sure.
But then I've just been sad this week thinking, man, this is what we need. We need nations and people coming together to celebrate good and beautiful things. And there's this whole segment of the population who's missing out on that. And that just made me sad for them.
They should have just had Aerosmith do it.
Right.
Just the opening ceremony.
Just all of them.
Replace it all with Aerosmith.
They're French, right? And Celine Dion could front, I don't know, one of them.
That's all I need. Just Aerosmith.
And Steven Tyler and Celine.
Play the hits.
Yeah. Keep them coming. Anyway,
They just retired.
I saw that. They're not going to tour anymore, which is sad. I would have liked to have taken the boys.
It's because of Steven Tyler's, he's got vocal issues.
Does he really?
You got to think, man, the guy's been doing it and
he's been screaming.
He's been doing it for a lot of years. And
he's been screaming for a long time.
He has.
Oh, that's sad. I didn't know.
That's why I could have used them at the opening ceremonies.
Right.
I don't need all this art.
Right.
I need good old fashioned
art,
rock and roll from Steven Tyler and Joe Perry.
Mm-hmm. I know that is sad.
Anyway,
the boys like Aerosmith. I would have liked for them to have seen them.
Well, they missed it.
Well,
they missed it. It's over.
Wow. All right. How is... Oh, no. Before we get to that, okay. I have a bone to pick with you. You on-air gaslighter. Last episode, you made me feel really dumb.
Did I gaslight
for calling it a Chevy Bolt.
Yeah.
It's a Chevy Bolt.
Are you sure?
Oh, yes.
How do you know?
I have looked it up this week. Also, multiple Chevy Bolts on the road, as if to say...
You got a real Mandela effect situation here. We got a real Berenstain Bears on the road. Listen, what was the article you sent me? Was it that they're being discontinued?
Yeah, they're being discontinued.
So really, I'm just ahead of my time.
Okay.
The Chevy Bolt. the Chevy Bolt.
Watch him come out with a Volt.
The Chevy Bolt has gone the way of Aerosmith. Okay, it's over. Yeah, my boys love Chevy Bolts. Well, they missed it.
Anyway, guys, I wasn't wrong, and I wasn't calling it something wrong, but I would still be down if they were interchangeable: Bolt, Volt, Jolt.
Bolt.
It's really not that important. But when Brandon makes me feel dumb...
It's a Tuesday.
It is... Okay. The Ashley Engle story. Okay, how is your algorithm?
Man, I did not do myself any favors yesterday, and I doubled down on Corey Feldman.
Oh, gosh.
He's on tour right now with Limp Bizkit.
I know.
And I watched a bunch of...
With Limp Bizkit?
Yes.
Well, there's a show.
It's called the Loserville Tour.
Okay.
And I watched a bunch of footage of it yesterday. I watched a dude for an hour and a half break down his performances. Mm-hmm. And now it's even more prevalent in my algorithm. It's everywhere.
Great.
I also started following a guy, I don't remember his name. He does the same dance every single day. Mm-hmm. He does the same dance. Okay. And it goes like this.
Isn't that a Fortnite thing, what you just did?
Maybe. I don't know. What's Fork Knife?
I only know one video game. It's Full Metal Jacket.
And it's Full Metal Gear Solid. I know two things. I know Grease. Uh-huh. I know Metal Gear Jacket. Uh-huh. And that's all I want.
And that's all I know.
How's yours algorithm?
The new thing in mine is food styling. So Hope and I have talked about this multiple times, and I think it's always listening, guys. There's a food stylist named Diana who gives her tips and tricks for like photography, food photography. Yeah. And it's fascinating how she makes ice cream that won't melt, because they put the food out there for hours.
Sure.
But
it's not edible.
She uses a lot of corn syrup, a lot of powdered sugar. She'll use like some, I don't know, epoxies or I don't know. It's
delicious.
Just interesting, and it looks real.
But it doesn't taste real.
And she'll do videos about all that.
Her food is a lie.
Well, it is a lie, but it looks good, and that's the whole point of her job.
It's a lie, but it looks good. Instagram.
Brandon Birdwell story.
The Brandon Birdwell story. And listen, you know what? If that's where we land, I'll take it.
Hooray.
Because you know what? I went through some years.
the
where I was
actor
the
10 years.
truth, but I didn't look good. Now I found a curtain.
Yeah.
And I'm the great and powerful Oz pulling strings back here.
Stop. What you been watching, reading, or listening to?
Podcasts and movies. I just got a wild hair to watch. I watched back to back. So 3 things.
Okay.
I watched, there's a documentary called The Devil and Daniel Johnston that is an incredibly sad but amazing documentary about a singer-songwriter from Austin in the 90s named Daniel Johnston. You'd hate it.
Great.
I watched all of Labyrinth 2 days ago.
Yeah.
Golly.
That's so good.
Dance, magic dance.
It's so
And then yesterday,
fantastic.
we hot-seated, start to finish, a little documentary called Dirty Pop. It's about Lou Pearlman.
I saw that
It's a good watch.
come across my thing.
It's a good watch.
Okay.
Okay. What about you?
Dirty Pop. All right. I have been watching a series on Netflix called The Decameron. Have you seen that?
I haven't.
It's about the plague. Tony Hale stars in it.
Okay.
Buster Bluth. And it's about the plague in Florence, Italy. So 1300s. It is a dark comedy. It's not for kids, but I have so enjoyed it. It is the quirkiest, funniest, weirdest thing, and I am all in with it.
Well, I love Tony Hale.
I have a couple. Well, and he's great in this.
He's
fantastic in this. Guys, it's not for children. It's not,
Okay.
but it's great. Okay, we watched Romeo and Juliet last night with the kids.
Okay.
The Leonardo DiCaprio, Claire Danes. They are such babies in it. It was one of those times where I'm watching a movie that so defined my youth, and I got sad because I thought, oh, goodness.
Yeah. Don't
Oh,
go,
goodness.
Don't go out like that, Jules. There's plenty of Zuko's
Right.
in the world.
Hope was horrified by it. She thought it was the worst movie she's ever seen because it had a sad ending. And I said, not everything has a happy ending, babe. And that's
2024.
what's your warm heart.
I'm going to say our folks. How about that one? Gotten to spend some time with them this week and just, they're important folks. So
They're pretty great. Mine is all this that's been happening with this family that our community is rallying around to help them get on their feet. And it's a beautiful thing to see. It's what my heart needed this week. My earphones just slid off my head as I made very awkward eye contact with my brother. And that's
I hated it. All right,
that's how
guys.
we know we're done here.
Anyway, guys, when our headphones jump off of our heads to their death, we're done. Thanks for listening to Cold Hands and Warm Hearts, guys. Yikes.
Bye.